There is nothing wrong with being a nice, kind, or caring person, but too much kindness can hurt you in many different ways. Think of all the times you felt like a doormat, or agreed to do things you don't want to do, or got stuck in a long boring conversation just to be polite. You can have the best intentions, but you could be asking for trouble in the long term. You may come to feel overwhelmed or used, and this could build up until you explode one day, and damage the relationships you have struggled to preserve. Are you starting to worry you might be too nice for your own good? Here are 10 warning signs that you may be too nice, and what you can do about it. Number 1. You say sorry all the time. Saying sorry is perfectly appropriate if there is something you really regret. But if you catch yourself saying sorry every time you sense some disappointment from people, it's a sign that you are too concerned with others liking you, or that you feel a false sense of guilt. When someone wants you to do something for them, but you have other plans, or if someone else bumps into you, why should you feel guilty? Why should you say sorry? Try to go a whole day without saying the word. You can use words like unfortunately to take the sting out of it, but don't apologize for it. Number 2. Your needs are never met. Nice people tend to attract users. More often than not, people will take advantage of you if you are too nice. Once you show them that they can get away with this, they will constantly ask you for help or favors. It's okay to be helpful, but you know you're acting like a doormat when you find out that these people are never there for you in return. If you know who these people are, it may be time to let go of them. Start standing up for yourself and be honest with how you feel. Real friends will feel bad about taking advantage of you and show more consideration for your needs. Number 3. You feel resentful after you say yes. There's nothing wrong with being nice. However, the only time it's bad is when you feel a sense of resentment after agreeing to something. To know if you've crossed that fine line from kind to compulsive people pleaser, pay attention to how you feel right after you consent to someone. The best advice is to practice saying no. State a reason if you want and move on. Avoid elaborate justifications or explanations, as that can come off as an excuse. Stick to your own priorities, and people will respect you for it. Number 4. You never express your opinion. Think about when you go out with friends. Who is that chooses where to eat, and what movie to see? Do you even express your own opinion? If you never do this, then you might have a problem. You probably do this to just go along with what everyone else wants, and avoid causing any conflict, even though you do have your opinion. Trying to make your own opinion known. You can start with unimportant matters until you get used to it. This will get others accustomed to the fact that you have your own opinions. And they will probably appreciate the extra input. Number 5. You agree without thinking. Do you ever agree to something and then wonder why you said yes? This could mean that you've gotten in the habit of constantly nodding in agreement. It's an admirable trait, but not something that is sustainable for very long. Take some time to consider your options before agreeing. Do you have other priorities? What will you get out of it? If it seems okay to say yes, then go ahead and agree. If not, don't be afraid to say no. Number 6. You avoid confrontation. Very few people actually enjoy fighting, so it's perfectly normal to avoid unpleasant confrontations. But if you find yourself always giving in, just for the sake of peace, you are a pushover. Pushovers avoid confrontation, and are therefore unable to stand up for their own needs. Practice being assertive. It's not as hard as it sounds. You don't have to be mean or rude. You can be polite and reasonable about it, as long as you let others know where you stand. Number 7. You are afraid of being rejected. Perhaps you are as nice as you are, simply because you want people to like you, and you're afraid of being rejected. If for whatever reason, you feel like you don't deserve the friends you have, or the love of good people, then you think being extremely nice will help you avoid losing them. The best remedy for this is to build up your self-esteem and your confidence. When someone has more confidence and a better self-esteem, they will have good self-worth. You need to have self-worth in order to put yourself first. Work on taking care of yourself, surround yourself with positive people, and work on any negative feelings you have. When you can boost your sense of self-worth, you will become less intimidated by rejection, and more empowered to love and be loved. Number 8. Your calendar is full of stuff you don't want to do. Take a look at your calendar. Is your calendar filled with tasks that benefit others rather than yourself? If so, it may be a sign you're too nice. Your time should be valuable to you. Start setting your priorities for your day, and determine what is most important to you. Once you realize that you have a choice to do what you need to do with your time, it will be easier to see what you can say yes to, and what you might need to say no to. Number 9. You find yourself in codependent relationships. Remember, nice people are often exploited by others and easily attract users? This can often lead to a codependent relationship. It's a relationship in which both parties depend on each other to fulfill their needs. However, when nice people find themselves in such a relationship, it is only the exploiter who really benefits. If you are in a very unhealthy kind of codependent relationship, you need to do something about it. You can work on the relationship by setting up boundaries. Make your own life a priority, even if it means working less hours, seeing your partner fewer times a week, or occasionally canceling on friends. Number 10. You are constantly swamped at work. If your boss gives you extra work, it's often a sign he or she thinks you are dependable. But it could also be that you've become their go-to workhorse, since they know you'll never say no. This can be a great strategy for getting ahead in your career, but it may lead to you becoming overwhelmed with so much work that you barely have time for your own life. Keep in mind that it's okay to turn down extra work. If you have a good reason, your boss should have no problem with it. In fact, by letting your boss aware of all the tasks you have on your plate, they may come to appreciate you all the more. What do you think? Are you too nice for your own good? Which of these areas do you need to work on the most? Share your thoughts and comments below. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and share it with your friends. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button and make sure you click on the notification bell. If you're still here, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thank you for watching.